Hello everyone, this is Lynn and welcome to my channel. So here I am with another Take 5 Art Journal Challenge. It's a month-end collaboration with a group of very talented ladies, and you will find links to their channels in the description below. Please do check them out, but I think a couple of ladies couldn't join us this month, but you should just check out their channels all the same because they are so awesome and creative. So the 5 prompts for this month are tissue paper, post-it notes, stencil, stamping, and stickers. And yes, you heard me right, I said post-its. Kyra usually picks our prompts and she is quite the cheeky one, throwing in a little challenge into the mix. This time around, I'm doing it a little differently too. I usually do my art journaling in a Moleskine sketchbook, but I've been meaning to experiment with adding more layers. It's difficult to do that in a notebook because the pages can't close too well. As it is, my Moleskine is already quite chunky, although I've only used about 10 pages or so. Anyway, I've had this Project Life 6x8 folder for quite some time, and I don't do Project Life, and I decided to use it as my art journal instead. This folder actually came in a set and included some ready-cut papers. I used one of them for this layout. I started by sticking the tissue paper down with some matte gel medium. The tissue is by Classici, which is a Japanese stationery brand, and it's such a pretty design and color. Then I applied a thin layer of Faber-Castell gesso. This gesso is quite watery and not very opaque. After drying the gesso, I added 3 flower-shaped post-its that I unearthed from somewhere in my house and stuck them down with matte gel. I also smudged some opaque white gesso on top to tone down the bright yellow. For the stamping prompt, I thought of using a Stampendous flower stamp that I got in Michael's, I believe, when I visited the US in April. It originally came with a wooden mount, but I removed it. I stamped the flower images on top of the post-its. I also stamped a Tim Holtz stamp set using distress inks in random spots on the page. This is just to add a little bit more texture and interest to the background. And I think this stamp set is called Half-Tone Circles or Dot Fade or something to that effect. For the stencil prompt, I used a scripty font stencil and some texture paste. Again, this is to add some texture, interest to the background, and I believe this stencil is by the Crafters Workshop. It is one of my favorite stencils and I've used it in quite a few projects already. The next thing I did was to add a scrap piece of corrugated cardboard that I found somewhere, and I thought of using it. I applied some gesso to knock the color back and also used a sandpaper to add some texture and irregularities. Then I sprayed 2 dilution sprays in brown and green. For the focal image, I dug through a pack of Tim Holtz paper ephemera and found a pretty little bird. I also took out a few bits of scrap paper to add as layers. I stuck them all down with some liquid glue, but before doing that, I did shade all the pieces with some vintage photo distress ink. The word joy was a die cut by Hero Arts and I used it as my main title. Of course, nothing seems complete without a little Heidi Swap color shine in gold. I seem to use it on almost every art journal page. To complete the page, I added a couple of tiny text or small chat Tim Holtz stickers for the sticker prompt that says, "Find joy in the ordinary and don't forget to fly." Now here's a closer look at what I've done in this Take 5 Art Journal Challenge. I really enjoyed putting this together and it kind of turned out better than I thought. I don't usually work with a plan in mind and pretty much just make things up as I go, but I do try to do something a little different each time. So please do check out what the other ladies are up to and show them some love. Let me know if you're playing along and please use the hashtag Take5Art and tag me here or on Instagram if you'd like. I would love to see what you did. I hope you enjoyed this video and give it a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. So that's it for now, and until the next time, take care and bye-bye!